Hey, what's going on, guys? Jeff Koga here, and it is week 3 of the video blog. And for some of you new folks that are hopping on, I started actually making these video blogs because I made it a goal and a commitment for 2012 to actually be documenting some of the things that are going on in my business. And the overall scheme of things, I don't want to say scheme, but the plan was to actually to show y'all what's been going on and what this Confessions of a Real Estate Investor is all about is actually an extension of a video series that I started called Flippinese TV. So if you don't know what that's all about, we just hit episode 10, which is going to be released this coming up Tuesday. So subscribe to this channel or subscribe to my business channel, which is youtube.com/capital redevelopment, and take a look there. I'm starting to pick up some momentum and stuff like that, so pretty cool stuff. But since I started doing this video, vlog and stuff, I guess, and the Flippinese TV, I actually been called out, you know. Some folks are saying, Jeff, you're a total scam artist. You know, I don't think you really do these deals. And I'm just like, dude, come on, man. And then on top of that, he says, well, and then some other folks, I guess this guy's some expert or whatever, 30-year expert, sounded like he was types like he's like freaking probably 60 or something like that watching this, and he said, well, you're giving me all these theories and stuff like that, but you're not really getting any concrete information that I can really apply right now in my business. So with those two things said, I'm going to tell you a story about that individual, and I'm going to go ahead and give you some real nitty-gritty, technical shit, okay? If y'all want that stuff, I'll give you the technical stuff, and I guarantee you, okay, you're gonna have to re-listen to it and stuff like that, and I'll give you some of the stuff. And also another investor who was, I guess, following this, and I guess he was just getting started, and he saw this particular confession video, and I guess he liked what I was saying, and he liked what I guess I was saying on the video. So he comes to me and he shoots me an email, and he says, Jeff, I want to learn what you're doing. And I guess he's in Virginia or something like that, and he goes, but my background is video editing, and he says, if you can teach me, I'm willing to do something for your business and help you do these video blogs better. I'll make a cool intro for you, outro stuff for you, and I'll even upload it for you and stuff like that. And when I heard that, I was like, holy shit, man, that's a pretty smoking good thing. But then I asked myself, I was just like, that's pretty fucking rad and cool and stuff like that. But if this guy wants to really do the business, why the heck, you get what I'm saying? Why the heck should he invest? So I got on the phone with him basically, and I talked to him, and I said, dude, you know what, all guys, Nanny, if here, I'm gonna give you some golden nugget, and I said, here, test this strategy out. And I said, test it. Why? Because in my market, I just did it, and which that nitty gritty strategic stuff and the actual hardcore tactics and stuff I'm going to tell you later on, but he tested it, and he had some pretty damn good results. So in return, I told him, I said, hey, dude, I said, who cares about that intro stuff? I appreciate it. If you can do it, hey, no problem. I would love to do it, but I said, hey, dude, no problem. And long story short, basically he told me, hey, you should do this, do that. And as you can see now, probably the clarity of the video is a little bit different and the format's a little bit different. So basically I just got better tools or gadgets or whatever you want to call it. So the point of the matter is this: that individual was from Virginia. Was willing to actually exchange something for in return. Right? Pretty cool stuff, right? What he was already technically good at, and he said it's easy for him. But he said, hey, I know real estate thing that you do, Jeff. So let me go and barter. So that was pretty cool. So that never actually ever happened to me. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I thought I'd share that to you. But the other folks, right? Who's been watching this, and that old guy, I'm not going to name his name, but then there were some couple other folks, even locally here, that say, hey, Jeff, teach me the actual nitty-gritty stuff that you're doing in your market. And I've been kind of hesitant to do it because some of the stuff that I do is so strategic that I felt that if I release that kind of stuff, then it might distort the market. I lose a competitive edge. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, I'm constantly changing my angle, changing my strategy so much because the market is shifting so fast. So at the end of the day, I'm just like, you know what, let me just give it out. And matter of fact, the real deal is this, is that most of y'all that's probably watching this, you're probably not going to even apply most of the stuff I tell you. Why? Because your brain can only retain so much information, and most folks don't really apply, and if you don't apply it or if you don't execute it, you're never going to be able to see any type of results. And if you're not able to see any type of results, you can't quantify those results. And if you can't quantify those results, then you're going to be like, okay, it probably doesn't work or whatever it is, right? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So I figure, you know what, I'm just going to throw it out there, and I'm going to say from start to finish. And like I said, this video stuff is raw and uncut, so I'm doing this on only one take. So I'm going to tell you how exactly this marketing campaign I just launched that had tremendous amount of effect, and I'm going to tell you, so take notes, but if you got questions, just leave the comments below, or if you don't know what the heck I'm saying, just rewind and re-listen to it, okay? So here it is, okay? And this strategy actually came from a local agent that was doing this, and I was kind of like, how the hell is he doing business? And basically, this particular individual, this agent, his name is Sean. He's with the Keller Williams office here up in the valley, and I guess he's been in contact with my acquisition guy, and I guess he's one of those guys that you can consider to be a pit bull. A pit bull can be the guy that's going after the deals and stuff like that, but this guy's pretty much passive aggressive. Somehow he even got hold of my cell phone, which hardly most people don't know, and he got hold of it, and we started chit-chatting and stuff like that. So pretty cool guy. But some of the deals that he brought us, the deals were not listed on the MLS, but it was previously listed. Right? So, because if you look at the back data, look at the remarks, right? Private remarks and stuff like that, when you're trying to get to know a property, right? That gives you that competitive edge, right? If you know more than what the other people know. So we look at the MLS history. Now, this guy always brought us deals, and, we started seeing a pattern with another agent also, kept on bringing us deals that were not listed on the MLS, but was previously listed. So I'm just thinking to myself, how the heck is going on? So I asked them, and they're kind of like, oh yeah, I do this and do that and do this and that. And they really didn't want to release to me. Well, obviously, because they think that I'm just going to tell the whole world about what that strategy is, and they're going to lose their competitive edge. And matter of fact, I'm going to do it anyways, right? But the strategy was, I believe, and this is my gut belief, I believe my assumption, right? But even if you assume, you make an ass out of you and me, that's that old saying. But I assumed something. I said that they're probably going after expired listings, probably either directly to the listing agent or whatever the heck that they're doing. So I said, okay, you know what? Let me test this. So what I did is I hopped on the MLS and I went into my sweet spot. If you don't know what the sweet spot is, that's your specified area where you focus on. Because in this business, for you to have some type of competitive edge, you got to know the market better than everyone else, okay? So I took that and I went on the MLS and I looked at the last expired for the last 30 days, okay? Last expired for the last 30 days in my sweet spot, and I did a keyword research with the term fixer, okay? And then boom, you get a list. So once I took that list, I got ahead and extracted that information from the MLS, right? And if you don't know how to do this, you're an agent, you're watching this, or if you're an investor that doesn't know how to call your boards or have your agent call your boards or whatever it is, I had that extracted, and I took that extraction and I got ahead and, kept the information for the property address, the agent's name, the agent's cell phone, and the agent's email address. Now I took that information and now I put it into my email server. Now this email server, I don't recommend to do Gmail and stuff like that, because the key is this, is that you don't want to send a cold email, because when you send a cold email, you're technically spamming, and if you're spamming, you're breaking the rule. So what you're doing is you're making a connection to them, say, hey, you know what, I know it's previously listed with you, I'm an all-cash buyer, I would like to go ahead and purchase the property if it's still available, kind of like that. But on top of that, I put a little twist on it. I use essentially a merge function on my email server that I actually have my own server because I created, because it gives me a lot more flexibility. But you don't have to do this. If you're watching this, go to icontact.com and then you can go ahead and export the stuff in there, okay? Because most email servers now will not allow you to go ahead and take an outside inside email list and put it into their database, because if people starts hitting spam, and for every 1,000 Yahoo or 1,000 AOL and someone hits the spam complaint, your account will be shut down. Like Constant Contact, AWeber, and stuff like that, they don't even allow you. But if they do it, most account will shut you down. So that's a little tidbit there, okay? So if you're emailing to Yahoo, MSN, AOL, and stuff like that, be very careful, because if that realtor gets pissed off and hits that complaint, spam complaint, your account will get shut down. Ask me how I know that, right? So, but anyway, took that email database with the expired agent, and I gone ahead and sent them an email, and I put in the first name, comma, and I said, like Joe agent, comma, about your property on, mail merge the property address in the subject line. I said, hey, you know what, Joe, I see that you were the listing agent on this particular property, email merge, and I see that it just expired on, email merge. I wanted to go ahead and make an as-is all-cash offer on this property to see if this property is still available. If it's available, I would like to have you represent us. And if you don't want to represent us, you may happen to have a business associate that would like to represent us. If you're interested, please let me know. Period. Right? And that's what I did. And most of my emails, I purposely leave off my phone number. Okay? Why? Because I'm kind of lazy dude. I don't like to talk to people. So that way they can only reply via email. It makes sense? So I do that strategy. I literally sent out I think about like 90 emails or something like that only, right? And out of that, guess how many deals I pulled out, okay? 4 freaking deals, okay? That looks like it's about to be some damn smoking good deals, okay? So what I'm telling you, if you're watching this, you wanted the real deal stuff, that's a strategy to apply in your business right now. And if you apply that strategy, let me know how effective it is in your market, because my area is a very competitive market in Los Angeles wise. So like I said, I'm very hesitant to give it out, but there's little intricacies in that. So, but in your market, there's probably no one that's doing that. So if you do that because you're a buyer's agent, or if you're a investor or whatever, I guarantee you should get a solid return. My open rate on that email was like 56%, which is sick. And literally out of that, I had more than 3/4 of those people freaking respond back, either saying, no, it's not available, let me go ahead and talk to them, this and this and that. And there's a couple other stuff in the works. So there you go. Hope you guys like this particular video. If you do, leave me a comment, like I said. And if you want to know more about, leave it down below or message me directly if you're kind of shy. But preferably, I'd rather have you leave the comments so other folks can see it. So that way I can go ahead and respond back, and they can kind of feed off each other and stuff like that. So hit the like button, share it with your folks and friends. And I will see you next week. This is Jeff Koga, and I am signing out.